prayer with 3 rakah and Isha prayer in 2 rakah at the time of Isha combined and shortened. The pilgrims are spending the night in Muzdalifah, after which they will head for Mina after tomorrow's dawn prayer, the first day of Eid al-Azha, to throw pebbles at Jamrat al-Aqba and perform their sacrifice ritual. All of the pilgrims should offer Fajr prayer in Muzdalifah except the Eid holidays have officially begun today. On the 6th day of the 7-day Eid travel by train, Komlapur railway station saw a huge crowd of homebound passengers from the early morning. All trains of the day departed Komlapur station nearly on schedule throughout the day. Passengers said that while the station was bustling, their journeys were comfortable and relatively smooth. Thanks to enhanced online ticketing, 3-step checking, platforms free of unwanted intruders, and minimal disruptions to train schedules, this year's Eid holidaymakers are enjoying hustle-free journey. A total of 63 pairs of trains, including 44 intercity trains, as well as mail, commuter, local and special trains, operated out of Komlapur station today. Meanwhile, Railways advisor Fozul Kabir Khan visited Komlapur railway station this afternoon. During the visit, he exchanged greetings with the passengers. While briefing the journalists, the advisor said that homebound passengers are having a relatively smooth journey because trains are departing on time. He urged passengers to cooperate with authorities to prevent rooftop travel. As Eid approaches, mass exodus from the capital has officially begun. Each year, hundreds of thousands of people set out for villages to share the joy of Eid with dear ones. One of the main ways of travel for this journey is bus. As the Eid holidays begin today, heavy crowds were observed at various bus terminals across the capital. A massive crowd of homebound people was seen at the Syedabad bus terminal. To ensure a smooth journey, the authorities have taken various measures. Additional police forces have been deployed for traffic control, passenger guidance and overall security. Although ticket prices have slightly increased this year, the enthusiasm of homebound travelers remains undiminished. Despite various hardships, going home for Eid is a deeply fulfilling experience for the holidaymakers. Over 15 million people have either left or leaving from Dhaka city to reunite with families and friends in their ancestral home in different nook and corner of Bangladesh. On the occasion of Eid al-Azha, the city dwellers wish to celebrate and enjoy Eid festival away from capital in their own village or townhomes in jovial mood. Law enforcement agencies have requested citizens to follow some simple security protocols to bolster their travel safety and security of their households during Eid al-Azha, as they would enjoy long holidays this year. Before leaving Dhaka, police and law enforcers have urged the Dhaka residents to take some precautionary steps, including locking their main and other doors and windows, informing neighbors or authorities of extended absences, and avoiding displaying valuables in public space. Police say some 40,000 law enforcing agency members will be on active duty to guard the empty homes of Dhaka during the Eid holidays. Police will conduct routine patrols and vigilance will be upgraded to curb stealing, dacoity, hijacking and mugging. A police official shared with BTV that security will be beefed up during Eid holidays, but people's awareness is always helpful. It serves as an additional protection and assists police efforts. He said for security purposes, a significant number of Ansar members alongside police force have been deployed in almost all Eid markets. Sacrificial cattle market leaseholders have also set up control rooms in their markets, he added. Medical teams are on standby to provide treatment if any buyer or seller falls ill or is injured, he noted. He said strict health checks are in place to prevent sick animals from entering the cattle markets. The cattle markets in the capital gain momentum as the Eid al-Azha is knocking at the door. Traders are arriving with truckloads of cattle from various parts of the country. This year, sellers are happy due to the absence of extortion and disorder on the roads. However, buyers and sellers have mixed reactions regarding the prices of the sacrificial animals. Many are happy to have found their preferred cattle within their budget. However, due to the high cost of cattle feed, sellers alleged that they are not getting the expected price for their sacrificial animals. Besides small, medium and large-sized cows, there is also customer demand for goats, sheep and buffaloes. To ensure animal health and overall safety, veterinary medical teams and law enforcement personnel are regularly monitoring the livestock markets. All preparations for the main Eid congregation at the National Eidgah have been nearly completed. A designated pandal with a capacity for approximately 35,000 devotees have been prepared at the National Eidgah grounds. Final preparations are currently underway. Dhaka South City Corporation has taken special preparation marking the Eid Jamaat. DSCC Administrator Shah Jahan Mia visited the National Eidgah ground today for an inspection. To ensure a peaceful and secure environment during the main Eid congregation, necessary measures have been taken through overall coordination among the law enforcement and various other departments. A sufficient number of police personnel, RAB, armed police battalion and other law enforcement members will be deployed for security. Surveillance will be maintained using CCTV cameras, watchtowers and mobile courts. Medical teams, fire service and ambulances will also be on standby. This Eid al-Azha, leather traders are preparing to collect nearly 10 million sacrificial animal hides. Around 60% of the annual rawhide demand for the country's leather industry is met during Eid al-Azha. As in previous years, comprehensive preparations are underway this season for the collection, preservation and storage of hides. The Bangladesh Hide and Skin Merchants Association praised the government's proactive efforts this year, particularly the distribution of salt at the grassroots level for the timely preservation of hides and for ensuring fair pricing during the Eid season. Meanwhile, wholesalers, trades and seasonal entrepreneurs have nearly completed their preparations for hide collection ahead of Eid. However, due to the price difference between salted and raw hides, seasonal traders fear losses if they purchase rawhide at higher prices. To address this, wholesalers have demanded government intervention to control rawhide prices and ensure uninterrupted electricity supply during the Eid period. With Eid al-Azha approaching, last-minute preparations are underway across the capital. To ensure swift removal of sacrificial animal waste, both the Dhaka North and South City corporations have undertaken various initiatives. However, authorities stress that active public participation is also essential. Our reporter Gola Murtaja has more details.
Managing the massive amount of waste generated during Eid al-Adha has always been a significant challenge for both city corporations. On Eid day, waste production almost doubles compared to regular days. According to Dhaka North City Corporation, the city produces around 4,000 tons of waste daily under normal conditions. But during Eid, this number can rise to nearly 8,000 tons. Furthermore, recent adverse weather and record rainfall could pose an additional challenge to the waste management plans. How prepared is Dhaka North City Corporation to tackle these challenges? We asked the Chief Waste Management Officer of DNCC.
আমাদের সিটি কর্পোরেশনের যে নরমাল পরিচ্ছন্নতা কর্মী রয়েছেন প্রায় আনুমানিক ৫,০০০ এর বাইরেও যারা কমিউনিটি কালেকশন করে ওখান থেকে প্রায় ৪,৫০০ লোক আমাদের সাথে যোগদান করবে। আমাদের যে গাড়িগুলো রয়েছে সেই গাড়িগুলোর প্রত্যেকটার সাথে ড্রাইভার থাকবে এবং তাদের হেল্পার থাকবে, অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট থাকবে, তাদেরকে সহ প্রায় ১০,০০০ কর্মী এবার আমাদের সাথে কাজ করবে। ওয়েস্ট ক্যারি করার জন্য আমরা ট্রান্সপোর্ট হিসেবে স্পেশালাইজড ভেহিকেল নিয়েছি আমরা প্রায় 400 এবং 370টা আমরা খোলা ট্রাক এবং পিকআপ নিয়েছি।
To accelerate waste disposal this Eid, around 5,000 additional cleaning staff will be deployed, along with volunteer groups of 15 to 20 people in each of the 54 wards. These volunteers are expected to coordinate between the residents and the cleaning personnel, ensuring more efficient and transparent waste management. The DNCC administrator emphasized the responsibility of citizens in this process, noting that public cooperation is crucial to completing the cleanup in the shortest possible time.
গরুর যে রক্তগুলো আছে সেটা রাস্তায় সরাসরি ঢেলে দেওয়া তাই এটা অন্যদের জন্য স্বাস্থ্য ঝুঁকি তৈরি করতে পারে। সবচেয়ে ভালো হয় আপনারা যদি পানি দিয়ে একটু ব্লিচিং পাউডার এবং অথবা একটু স্যাভলন দিয়ে যদি জায়গাটি ধুয়ে নেন তাহলে সকলের জন্য এটি স্বাস্থ্যকর হবে।
To support this extensive operation, Administrator Mohammad Shahjan Mia of Dhaka South City Corporation aims to complete the city's cleaning process within 10 hours, utilizing all necessary manpower and vehicles.
কোরবানির দিন বিকাল থেকে আমাদের বর্জ্য ব্যবস্থাপনা কার্যক্রম শুরু হবে। আমাদের কমিটমেন্ট যে 12 ঘন্টার ভিতরে আমরা এই ময়লা পরিষ্কার করব এবং আমাদের এই ময়লা পরিষ্কারের জন্য প্রায় 10,000-এর অধিক আমাদের কর্মী আমরা প্রস্তুত রেখেছি।
Various government departments, including the Ministry of Commerce, BISIC, and the Ministry of Environment, are working in coordination to ensure a smoother Eid al-Adha experience. Public awareness campaigns are actively promoting cleanliness and sanitation during this period. Ahead of the upcoming Eid al-Adha, Dhaka's 2 city corporations have taken special measures for waste management. To swiftly clean the city, additional personnel and modern cleaning vehicles have been deployed alongside regular sanitation workers. Authorities claim that most waste can be removed on the day of Eid itself. However, the effectiveness of this initiative will depend on its implementation on the ground. Ghulam Murtuza, BTV News, Dhaka.
Dr. Saliuddin Ahmed, the finance advisor, has announced a national budget of 7.9 trillion taka for the 2025-26 fiscal year. Among the government's planned expenditures, 5.6 trillion taka is allocated for operational and other expenses, where 970 billion taka is for salaries and allowances, 1.22 trillion taka for interest payments, 1.16 trillion taka for subsidies in the power and fertilizer sectors, around 1.2 trillion taka is proposed for social safety net programs. On the other hand, 2.3 trillion taka is proposed for the Annual Development Program, ADP. The revenue collection target for this budget is set at 5.64 trillion taka. Analysts have noted that unlike previous years, there was no attempt to artificially inflate the size of the budget. They believe that although achieving the targets will be challenging, genuine effort and commitment can bring relief to the people. The projected budget deficit stands at 2.26 trillion taka, which is 3.6% of the GDP. In a special allocation, 40.52 billion taka has been proposed in the 2025-26 budget for the families of martyrs and the injured from the July mass uprising. While presenting the budget, Dr. Saliuddin Ahmed stated that this fund will be used to preserve the history and memory of the July uprising and support the rehabilitation of the injured and the families of the martyrs involved in the democratic movement.
পানির অপর নাম জীবন। আমাদের দেশে কৃষিতে, বিশেষ করে ধান চাষে, শিল্প কলকারখানায়, গৃহস্থালী সহ নানান কাজে পানির সুষ্ঠু ব্যবহারের অভাবে আমরা প্রচুর পানি অপচয় করে থাকি। ভূগর্ভস্থ পানির এরকম ব্যবহারের ফলে আমাদের পানির স্তর ক্রমান্বয়ে নিচে নেমে যাচ্ছে। পানি আমাদের অর্থনৈতিক, সামাজিক, বাস্তুতান্ত্রিক এবং পরিবেশগত সকল ক্ষেত্রে বিশেষ অবদান রাখছে। তাই আসুন আমরা পানি ব্যবহারে সচেতন হই।
Welcome back to News at 10, and we move on to international news. Israel has killed 4 journalists in an attack on Al-Ahli Hospital, also known as the Baptist Hospital in Gaza City. At least 43 people have been killed in Israeli attacks on Gaza today. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation says it will resume distributing aid at 2 of its points in Gaza today after shutting down its operations for a full day yesterday. Hundreds of Palestinians were killed and wounded seeking aid at its distribution points in recent days. Meanwhile, the U.S. vetoes a United Nations Security Council resolution calling for an immediate, unconditional and permanent ceasefire in Gaza, the only country to do so. Israel's war on Gaza has killed at least 54,607 Palestinians and wounded 1,25,341. United States President Donald Trump has signed an executive order imposing a full travel ban on people from 12 countries and restricting the citizens of 7 other countries, the White House said. The banned countries include Afghanistan, Chad, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Myanmar, Somalia, Sudan and Yemen. In addition to the ban announced on Wednesday, there will be heightened restrictions on people from Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan and Venezuela. In his order, Trump said he must act to protect the national security and national interest of the United States and its people. The order comes in force on Monday, June 9, 2025 at 12:01 a.m. local time in Washington, D.C. Visas issued before that date will not be revoked, the order said. In a video message released by the White House, Trump said the recent attack on a pro-Israel rally in Boulder, Colorado, had underscored the extreme dangers posed by the U.S. by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted. The president claimed there were millions and millions of illegals who should not be in the U.S. U.S. President Donald Trump has suspended for an initial 6 months the entry of foreign students seeking to study or participate in exchange programs at Harvard University. The U.S. President issued the proclamation on Wednesday, citing national security concerns and declaring it detrimental to U.S. interests to continue allowing foreign students at the institution. Harvard has responded by calling the order retaliatory and emphasized it would continue to protect its international students, according to Reuters news agency. Trump's announcement is a further escalation of an ongoing legal row with one of the U.S.'s most prestigious universities after Harvard refused to yield to a series of White House demands in April. Wednesday's order comes after a judge blocked the Department of Homeland Security (DHS) from banning international students at Harvard in a ruling last week. Trump's proclamation accused Harvard of developing extensive entanglements with foreign countries and continuing to flout the civil rights of its students and faculty. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is looking to strip Columbia University of its accreditation over claims it violated the civil rights of its Jewish students. Vladimir Putin has said he will have to respond to Ukraine's major drone attack on Russian air bases, U.S. President Donald Trump has warned. Speaking after a phone call with the Russian president, Trump said President Putin did say and very strongly that he will have to respond to the recent attack on the airfields. Russian officials declined to confirm this on Wednesday night, but Moscow had earlier said that military options were on the table for its response. Trump warned in a social media post that the phone call, which lasted more than an hour, would not lead to immediate peace between Russia and Ukraine. Russia's RIA Novosti, a state-owned news agency, said Putin told Trump that Ukraine has tried to disrupt the negotiations and the government in Kiev has essentially turned into a terrorist organization. The two also exchanged views on the prospects for restoring cooperation between the countries, which has enormous potential, it said. Coming back to national news, Appellate Division of Bangladesh Supreme Court has reinstated the Supreme Judicial Council SJC's authority under Article 96 of the Constitution, allowing to handle allegations of judicial misconduct as it was previously empowered to do. The Supreme Court website published 50-page verdict this morning. The highest court of the Republic has cancelled the special section of High Court verdict, which made indecent comment against Ziaur Rahman, saying the indecent comments were made against Ziaur Rahman to give privilege to Awami League government. The Appellate Division earlier published a shorter version of this verdict. World Environment Day was observed today with the theme No to Plastic Pollution, Time to Act Now. Polythene has been identified as a major cause of environmental pollution. Polythene has been identified as a major cause of environmental pollution. It disrupts drainage systems, reduces soil fertility, and significantly contributes to river pollution. Following the assumption of office by the interim government, strong emphasis was placed on environmental improvement. Initiatives were taken to ban the use of polythene, considered a major threat to the environment. However, polythene bags are still being widely used in almost every shop. Despite multiple government declarations, reckless use continues. The first ban was imposed in 2002. And last year, after shopping malls, the restriction extended to kitchen markets as well. Several alternatives have been developed: jute bags, biodegradable plastics, and cloth bags. Yet the situation remains largely unchanged. Mobile courts have conducted raids from time to time, but these efforts were short-lived. Weak monitoring and in 34 languages, including Bangla. Appellate Division reinstates Supreme Judicial Council's power to remove judges. Ten-day Eid al-Azha holiday begins today. City dwellers rushing towards home to spend Eid with near and dear ones. Homebound people crowd bus, train station, launch terminals. All preparations complete to hold main Eid Jamaat at Jatiyo Eidgah. Law enforcers working to ensure overall security. Stockers markers during Eid al-Azha. Budget target is difficult but not impossible to achieve, say analysts. At least 43 people, including 3 journalists, killed as Israel strikes Al-Ahli Arab Hospital in Gaza. And in FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers, Ecuador will face Brazil tomorrow morning and Argentina will face Chile in another match. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us. We invite you to watch our next Bangla bulletin coming up at 11 p.m. Until then, Allah Hafiz.